Okay, this is what we got done in the kitchen so far. Talking to the camera.
Be a clown, everybody.
Cool windows.
No, he was. You know, he had a wild look in his eye, and he was chewing on my dress.
Maybe he wasn't getting it off. Well, you know what I mean? Like, and the sound.
You look like
And you said the word breast on film. Oh no.
he's beautiful.
Nah, we missed all that.
Yes, he is. He doesn't look as big as he did in the
No,
video.
he doesn't.
Yeah.
He looks like he's grown.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
looks.
Well, he grew a half an inch.
Look at his little
Gain a pound.
Oh, he's moving.
His eyes were open when I came in.
They were.
Yeah.
What time did you get here?
Around 3. We got here a little
Yeah,
early.
I fell asleep.
Just hanging out at the
Yeah, how are you feeling?
But those would kind of
That's what I really need done. It's my, I
Zachary.
just really need my steps.
What's your voice? Because I can see his eyes.
But I said, well, I'll go ahead.
Hello,
I've been in the
Zachary.
house for 2 years, so I'll go ahead.
Comfortable shape.
I mean, it
Up
really
close
don't
and
look
personal.
bad,
right.
but I said, I'll go ahead and have it done in our bedroom.
what? That's what.
See, Dad, I'm glad I took another one. This one's all messed up.
Ian, honey, don't take pictures like Uncle Mike. Cut off.
I'm not.
Okay.
But I was just really angry.
See, Grandma, look, this one got messed up.
Yeah, I don't care.
That's the first one I took.
Especially this poor kid is gonna be
How you
camera
about to
shy.
look at that first?
Well, I don't know.
It's
Yeah,
the
I
one with the light on, right?
no, they were both with the light on, but Ian was in front of me, and I was like, Ian, get out of the way. So I must have went like that when it took the picture. All right, Ian, don't take any more pictures.
Say how
This
are
one
they
came
good?
out good.
Dad, okay?
Is that his
Oh, yeah.
good? Oh,
Sticky
yeah. I
looking.
don't have it in my hair.
Ian, leave him alone. Just leave him alone. This one's mine.
We're glad you asked that.
Yeah.
I think she looks good.
Yeah, she was.
So like a snowsuit.
Sort of like one. You have to get on one though. At some point.
What?
Snowsuit.
Hi, little carrot shot.
She's still less than a year, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he was just tired of us. He was yawning.
Because the picture they sent us, I think she's
Oh yeah, newborn.
yeah, maybe less than a month old.
Snapshot here.
Whoa.
Is that him?
Yes, he is.
Zach? You're like, whoa.
He's rooting. He says food.
Oh,
I want food. I want food now. Damn it.
yeah, he's good, Mike. I mean, he's not crying.
Look at him. Look at you sideways.
No. This pasta sounds terrible.
No, it's not.
What? What? No, no. What's that?
Pasta salad.
Pasta salad. I like it. I guess.
Oh, that was good, sis.
And there's no deductible. If anything goes wrong, we'll fix it.
Hi, Dad.
Every Chevrolet has
Well, you would kiss too.
we build them like this. We can build them
Did
like
you
that.
see what he's saying?
What else would you expect?
Look at it like this.
Grandma.
Watch it, watch it.
Dad, I'm gonna run by.
Your hair, and he's like, Daddy,
We're gonna wait.
your hair is here.
That's his little rapper pose. And that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, go.
Yeah, yeah. Isn't that what the rappers do?
Yeah.
Zachary.
I don't know where you learned that because mommy doesn't like rap music.
Oh, you look pretty.
Very nice.
I'm bored.
Well, you don't look cheerful. Nah.
I'll be right there. I'm gonna be having the cat with me. And you can take a picture of the cat.
Yeah, leave the cat alone.
Turn to the side like
I thought you were talking about me.
this. Not you, Ian.
And get out a picture for a minute.
Oh.
Just for a minute, Ian. Very nice.
You're listening to the sounds of Christmas on 96.5 WWDB in Philadelphia.
This is the talk show thing Grandma listens to.
From ABC News, I'm Gary on. About 350 Marines.
Thanks for the cardboard box.
You're welcome.
Girls,
What they are, I'll have to wait for it to finish first.
Wait a second, don't open your box yet because I got the same thing. This is what John.
oh,
Wait, don't open it yet!
Elissa, come on.
Don't open it yet!
I won't tell you that. Oh, duh. Is that an idea? Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
And don't
Probably
tell
won't
me.
tell what it is when you open the box.
And don't shout it out.
Don't shout it out.
Oh, yay!
What is it?
It has to be inflated.
Ah, cool! The thing! The big bounce thing!
Oh, yes.
Cool!
Oh, Dad has one of those puffer things. I don't want to do that. I don't want to spread it out right now.
Oh,
Cool!
Daddy, do you want to open your present? Hey, that's not mine. Mom.
sorry guys, I tape everything in there. Sorry. I mean, Santa tapes everything.
Oh, yes! New army stuff! Thanks! I wanted it. All my other stuff ripped. And my hat I lost somewhere. I really needed this. Me and Josh play army all the time. I'm gonna wear it today. Thank you. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Thank you.
What is it, Ian?
The rollerblades. Just what
Three
I
of them
wanted.
already. Oh, cool!
What'd you get?
Flannel boxer shorts.
I can't believe it. Everything I wanted, I got. Oh, let's see.
2 points. allowed to do that too?
I don't know.
I got nerve. Oh God. Whatchamacallit?
That's alright, you can rip it off.
Nerf catapult or something.
Ah, cool. Ooh, this is a big one too. Thank you. Size is extra. Shoot, man, this thing is huge.
Oh, too big?
No, it's
I know what this is. Getting in trouble. The
You
cop.
like the color and everything?
Yep. Well, I'm not saying. Oh.
we ended up sorting them out anyway.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm going to my things. Thank you for the sack. Thank you. What is that?
You like everything you got, Ian?
Mm-hmm. But there's one thing.
Going through your list in your head, list to see what you're missing.
Less. Bitten you, honey.
Yeah, because I knew it.
So there were some surprises.
There are a lot of surprises so far.
Good.
I only knew nothing. Well, I
A
know.
pocket knife. Thank you. And a Batman hat. And a new watch. Thank you.
Before we found the other one.
Yeah, hun.
Oh, yes.
It's alright, now you got an extra.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome, sweetie.
It's a lot bigger than the one. You see all the things.
I just threw it at myself.
Come on, Liz.
There was an eagle sweatshirt.
I think I'd give you an eagle sweater.
Thank you. Oh, cool.
What is it?
No Dane fighting Irish.
Yep.
Oh.
Since we're Canon Catholic,
Cool.
that's what they say, the Fighting Irish.
They are, yeah, right.
Oh, thank you. And I'll wait until this is done.
Ian?
Do I just throw away the box? Okay.
Oh, that is cool.
Didn't they show it turn out nice?
Oh, let me see.
Yeah.
Oh.
Zoom in, Mom.
I'm trying. It's not focusing very well.
Just get real close to Mom.
Well, hun, you're not even anywhere close, so.
Oh,
Yep.
is it pretty?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it has oil.
With me recording, I can't wait to see what these look like. With the zoom in and out, in and out.
Shut it off, huh?
I did after I thought about it.
Ian.
This is what the girl said.
Oh, this is another.
Door breaks.
Oh!
Paper cut. Dad, can you take down my whatchamacallit?
Oh, thank you.
Oh!
So I don't have to borrow any of Daddy's. Aren't you glad?
Yeah.
Mommy, do you want to open my present now?
I like this one now.
Yeah, honey.
Find it.
Yeah, her pajamas fit.
I like
I
this
can
one.
find it.
Thank you.
Fernando bricks. I can't find it.
What?
I can't find it.
What?
Your present.
What present?
No, I was talking about Mom.
Oh,
I
It's
know,
on her
yeah,
file.
Don't worry about it. I'll worry about it. Don't
Oh,
worry.
no, what's up?
Oh, well, no wonder. Ah!
Oh,
My broken
Walkman.
headphones finally got replaced. Thank you.
And what else you got? Oh my gosh! Awesome! Oh my gosh!
That is so cool. Thank you so much. I needed this so bad. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
I didn't take the time.
real waste of money if I bought you a leather jacket.
For you to grow out of.
Right. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I didn't want a leather jacket anyway. If I got one, I'd be like, ah, no.
Okay, your army jacket.
Is it me? You quit.
So,
Looks nice, Liz.
It is nice.
no. Look at the inside too. It's really nice. How come you're not opening yours?
Who?
You.
I am. It's from Ian.
Oh.
It's nice.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Nice necklace.
Ooh.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Liz.
Oh, my ugly tie that I got you.
I like it. I haven't bought a new tie in a long time.
I didn't know what else to get.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's nice.
Mm-hmm. I know, I helped her pick that.
Cool.
From the Claus Man. St. Nicholas. Grouchy old elf.
That's Dad.
Your favorite Claus, Hammer Carpenter. Okay.
Looks like all clothes, Mom. No toys this year.
Huh?
Looks like all clothes, no toys this year.
No toys. Well, Dad got it. What guy?
I got some toys.
Not really.
Yeah, you did, Dad.
Oh, cool. All right.
What is it?
A waffle maker.
Oh, yeah.
I can make two at once.
Cool. Well, you get rid of the old one.
Yeah.
Thank
you.
God.
Thank God.
That other one's all dirty and crusty.
Stop,
What are they? Socks?
I need them.
Whoa.
As a matter of fact, I was just mentioning that yesterday. Christmas Eve.
When Dad did all his shopping.
Yeah, well, you know. That's how dads are. A lot of them, anyway.
Well, with everything else you have to do.
This suspense is killing me. Where is that box?
First of all,
It's right
give me the
there.
knife. Now, we don't carry the knife on the steps.
That red wrapped package. It's the family present. And after my parents are done opening their gifts,
the
they
necklace
get to
is
open it.
Very nice.
I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, it's very nice. Yeah, did you put a picture of you in it? Oh. It's very nice.
You want to wear it now?
Yeah, I'm so here. Where? Oh, it's alright.
Oh, there's my little pouty brother complaining about something. There's my cat. Hi, Scratchy. Hey, come on, cat, go away.
Got everything. I got an army coat, army hat.
Yeah, my
Now
brother
I can
is
go out
on
and
the
cook
entire.
this.
Thank you.
Now I can go out and
Look
cook.
at it, it's so
Beautiful.
pretty. Ian, you're right in front of the camera. Move your
Really
big fat butt.
Nice pajamas. I need.
Child.
Yeah, yours are all
I
shot.
know.
So,
And short.
Shot and short.
yeah, I just figured something for winter time.
Yep.
Okay, Dad, open a present now.
My plan was mine.
Alright,
Clothes.
wait a minute, you'll find out.
Clothes.
Oh, nice shirt. Cool. Nice and soft cotton.
Dad.
Yeah,
Ooh,
cotton.
cotton.
Thank
I
you.
have something to tell you. See this? The tag is something to it.
There's my brother, all armied up. Beautiful. It's beautiful.
Looks like I got
Cat,
more.
cat.
No, it's just that.
Anyway,
Come on, you got all
look at
clothes.
that pretty box. mixer.
Oh, a hand mixer.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Mom.
Yeah, mommy said, oh, well, dad probably wants a
He probably wants a real nice mixer.
Yeah, that's cool.
Come on, open it. Open
They're
it.
expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, as much as we use the mixer.
Right, yeah, wait.
It's not as much as
Relaxing.
Ian, come get this cat. She's really
come
coming around.
She's mating with the camera.
You're worse than me, Taken.
Me?
Pretty, huh? Thank you.
Is- the cat.
Please move away.
Look at me.
Please, I can't see.
Being rude.
Isn't that pretty?
Ooh, that is pretty.
Oh, that's nice.
I like it.
Ian, you're right in front of mommy.
Oh, yeah.
Just sit somewhere and stay there.
What you get? I don't care.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh.
Cool shirt. That stuff.
Oh, from the Grouchy
What was
Old
that?
Elf.
Oh, this one better be good.
It's very pretty. Why? What do you got in here?
I don't know. Just curious because you opened, that's all.
Oh, sorry.
Ah, my fishing lure. Cool. Good lure, eh? Thanks. It's good for pickerel and bass.
And there's ones that he liked to catch.
Yeah, the ones Ian catches.
The tag got messed
And
up.
everybody but you?
Huh?
Everybody but you?
Oh, I catch.
Pretty.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Ooh, it's
Yeah,
big.
definitely. That's pretty.
Oh, Dad got a fishing lure.
Very pretty.
Oh, cool.
yeah, black for your leather.
Show it.
Yeah.
So we're matching.
What is it, Dad?
Scarf and gloves.
Oh, so you need black. So
What?
you need black. So how can you put that?
Very nice.
Can I take a shot?
Oh, thank you.
Oh, they fit.
You gotta stop.
Yeah.
I like to stop.
I'm not gonna try that on you, man.
I know.
Okay, just with it. Both sides.
Come on, open something.
Still.
I just want to wait till.
Oh, Dad. Oh, Ian, watch out.
Oh, complete with the 3D glasses. Howard Stern.
But bongo.
Bongo Fiesta, Howard Stern video.
That's why I told Louise that I want you to sing. And I told Elissa, look for it in the mail, grab it.
Thank you.
And she did. She goes, Mom, I think it's here.
Cool.
Look at that face.
Dad, what's so?
What? It's just Howard Stern's goofy. I just, you know, it's something.
I think it'll be fun.
Right, it's something I probably wouldn't buy for myself, you know?
But
Nobody would buy
my
it.
brothers and my brothers, we were all somewhere and they were talking about it. It's like I got Ken it for Christmas. They're like, great, we can go back.
How you gonna nail it?
Mom must wrap that one. There's tape everywhere.
Oh, geez, cool. Thank you.
Oh, what? Was that your best one?
No.
Jeans, yeah.
No, that's good. Way to go.
Mom's like, okay, you know that. So Dad, did you
Yeah, no, isn't it nice? I bought this from the kids one year.
From what?
Well, it's St. John's.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a good roll of paper.
Yeah, very good. It's very heavy and it's
It's got two different
Right.
sides. Yeah.
What?
that paper.
The wrapping paper.
Yeah, but it just wasn't real long.
Right.
It was just.
Oh, what'd you get, Mom? Oh, we're waiting, that's right.
Open up, Mommy.
It's a leather jacket.
I think if it was one, I think it would be in a bigger box of us because.
It's a light leather jacket.
Very good. My favorite.
But
I got you.
2 pairs.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Touch the mark.
I know, Ian.
Comfortable. Buy them lot because they're
I'm
tasty.
done.
I love them. Thank you. Or
ooh,
black. Very good.
Mom approves.
Huh?
Mom approves.
Mom approves.
Oh.
No, touch it. All right, more jeans. Cool.
More jeans.
That's great.
I know. I'm just.
Some of mine are getting pretty ratty.
Some of Ian's are getting pretty holy.
Well, Ian's got new jeans too.
Very
Okay.
nice. Thank you,
Okay,
everybody.
here, Dad.
Shut.
From the spirit of Christmas presents.
Okay.
What do you have? What do you think it is, Mom?
She's not tipping her hand. Go ahead, just open it up.
Wait, don't show me what it is.
Made in China. Made in small pieces.
So it's.
Glasses.
Oh yeah, right, glasses.
Something for our kitchen.
Right.
Oh yeah, must be glasses. A new TV. Oh, cool.
Did I guess right?
No, you didn't
Did you?
tell me.
Yeah, I said TV.
Okay, don't yank it out yet. Let me grab it.
Computer.
Oh my gosh. Oh
That's
my
a
gosh.
TV for the kitchen. Yay!
Does that have cable?
Not yet.
one of the stars.
Come on, Lutz.
That'd be one of the stars.
Loosen up, loosen up.
I just got the.
We're bored. Jelly.
No, stop.
Just kidding. Nice, magic trick.
I wish Mike and Robin were here.
Oh yeah, they're right up there.
What time did they send you?
I told them it was
Look at
Dad thought it was 10 o'clock. You thought it was 2
No, you
o'clock.
don't. Okay. No, no, reappearing trick.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
Really?
Uh-oh.
And then I thought, no, two in my mind.
Where's the cat? Is he gonna tie your...
Invitations on
Chris,
there.
he gonna tie that on?
It says, hey, Rocky, watch me put
Me?
It's Jeep Winkle. Why don't you wait until Ian's birthday? It's his birthday party on They have a program. They have software for that.
Well, it doesn't have to.
This kid in their class, Chris Finesse, he is a clown. He said every morning he gets up. Billy's 1, 6 to 2, and gives the news of the day. He's a character. Oh, I don't know.
Looks like it's not getting all the sun. No, but you get chunk of sand enough to, and you can cut down the legs on, like on one side, so you can tilt it. Oh yeah, like a windbreak. Yeah.
Yeah, their lips are together. Tie their lips
And
together.
it goes down more, you mean
He's gonna pee.
slant lower?
Shut up,
Yeah.
Joey.
I thought maybe.
All right, everybody ready?
Now you are. I'm ready for 10 minutes.
Gently, gently. All right. Some of you do know me, some of you don't. My name is Michael St. James, for those of you who do know me. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Michael St. James also. All right, also to my left over here, I know a couple of you know him, go to school with him. This is my son, Jonathan. And Jonathan is a very unique magician because he is the world's youngest performing escape artist. And a little bit later on, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that. Yesterday, Jonathan just came back from doing 2 shows over at Main Street in Voorhees, where he did Harry Houdini's Metamorphosis escape. And he is the first person under the age of 20 to ever attempt it and succeed. So he's a very unique magician. We'll tell you a little bit more about that. Otherwise, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Where does magic come from? This is always the question that people always ask me. They want to know whether it's hocus pocus, abracadabra, witchcraft, sorcery. It is none of those things. You see, magic is found inside of here, inside your heart. The other place, well, actually, when I say inside your heart, as long as you have youth of heart, there's always going to be a little magic in your soul. The other place, and the more important part, is what's up here, and that's inside your imagination. Everybody say imagination for me.
Imagination.
Come on, put a little life into this. Come on. I heard you hollering earlier. I just wanted to make sure you said right. Come on. Now, at this time, I'm going to ask you all to take your right hand and reach up in the air, please. Just take your right hand.
Chris, that's your
Right hand.
The other right hand.
Your parents are paying for your education.
Everybody got the right hand up in the air? I want you to grab the key to your imagination. It's a little bit to the right. Just grab it right there. Bring it down to the front right here. Just go click, click. Just unlock. Lift the head up. Grab a little bit of that imagination. Hold it in your hand. Don't forget to close it up. Okay? Now hold it inside your hand. And I want you to throw it at these beautiful silks that I'm holding inside my hand. Very good. You see, the imagination can be found in many different places. It can be found inside the sun that shines up high in the sky every morning when you wake up. It also can be found in all the beautiful things such as the green grass and the trees. It can be found in some of the things that give us life, like the waters of the earth. That's why we have to care for them so much, or the magic will be lost. And finally, magic is found in the very heat, in the passion of life itself. And from all of these, if you all just say abracadabra, we might be able to get a little magic out of these. 1, 2, 3. I'd like you all to meet Starfire. And contrary to popular belief, Starfire is not a pigeon. Pigeons are rats with wings. Actually, that's right. Actually, he is a Java white dove, and he comes from a little bit above Canada, so that, and the reason he's white so that he can hide from the predators, such as bears and wolves. Now, we want to be careful. I'll bring him around a little bit. You can all pet him. Okay?
Premier, nice guys. Come on, guys. Please show little manners.
Go ahead. He won't bite you. Starfire has been handled by close to 400,000 children and adults throughout the entire country. He is a holder dove. We have holders, throwers, and what we call pouters, which are used in different... We got to be careful because they're not potty trained.
Sit down.
You got parakeets? They don't get potty trained too easy, do they?
Can't see him.
No, you never want to hurt one of God's creatures. Now, there's something else very important about our doves.
Guys, Ian.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Down, Jack.
Guys,
There's something else about our doves, if you'll notice, is they have a full wingspan. And that is because we don't clip our doves for anything but grooming power. That means our doves can fly. They're hand-fed, so they stay on the handle a little bit easier. And the reason we don't cut them is because that would be unnatural. They're a God's living creature, and they should be afforded every chance in life, just like all of us. Okay? So we're going to put him away for a moment. Now, where's our birthday boy?
Wait there.
Ian? It's Ian, right?
You gonna kill him?
Okay, I got it right the first time. That's good. Ian, come on up here.
Are you gonna chop him into two?
No, we don't chop people into two. How you doing there, Ian?
And we have two.
Take a bow. Take a bow. Everybody give Ian a nice round of applause here. A big happy birthday. Now, wait a minute.
We can disappear.
All right. Don't worry. We're going to have some fun here. Let me see. What do I... You know, I don't know about you, but I like to dream. Do you ever have dreams? You like to dream at night? You all like to dream?
Yeah.
Well, you have good dreams. You know, I had a great dream last week. I dreamed that I won the millionaire lottery. Then I woke up.
Then you get a dream.
So, anyway, what happened in one dream a couple of days ago is I was walking along through an enchanted forest with my magical assistant. And we came across an old wicked witch. Okay? Yeah, a wicked witch. How many of you have seen The Wizard of Oz? Okay? What does a wicked witch sound like? Okay, every time I say the word wicked witch, this is audience participation. You all go, okay? Everybody, wicked witch. Very good. Well, I was wandering along in this tree with my magical assistant, and we came across this old wicked witch.
No. Come on, guys.
That's right, put a little heart in the tree, right? Okay, and this wicked witch, she saw that my magic assistant was so filled with fun, magical laughter. You know what she did? You know what this wicked witch did? She changed him into this. Everybody go, ah. Now, to change him back, I need the help of a birthday child. So would you help me? Okay, would you hold that, please?
His birthday's the 18th. We're having a party today. It's his birthday.
You're all here for a party, right?
Technical.
Yeah. Joey, you can't even count.
Now, what I have here is I have an old bag. It's like my old first grade teacher. You should have seen my first grade teacher, honestly. I mean, anyway, I want you to put it inside the bag, please. Push it inside. Very good. That's good. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to take your hand and I want you to wave it over the bag 3 times, please. And then I want you to say, I believe in magic. Go ahead.
I believe in magic.
So do I.
Oh.
Now, this is a photo. Okay, a photo opportunity.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Is this
And give our fine young magician here a big round of applause. Now, before I go on to the regular part of my magic show, I'd like to do something a little bit different here. I'd like to show you something that I have here. This is called a German toy box. Now, a German toy box is a piece of magic that came in the early 1700s. And see, kings and queens back then always liked to have magicians and minstrels show up at their parties. So back then they didn't have bands like Guns N' Roses or anything like that. Anyway, what they would do to appease the kings and queens, so because if they were bad magicians, let me tell you something. They'd have their heads lopped off. I mean, they'd do some crazy things back there. So you had to appease and please them. So to do so, what they would do is they would come out with a German toy box. They would take off the top, and then they would take off and show all the beautiful trinkets that they would have inside. Now these are for after the show. Afterwards, everybody does get one. Okay? We got a lot of interesting things here. Now, John, would you bring me that bag, please? The orange bag?
Never again.
There.
Thank God he only gets double.
We won't waste anything, I promise you.
All right, guys, don't worry.
There we go. Now, put that down. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to show them the other side of this piece, please. Now, this is what the German toy box looked like. It was just a box that held those little things. Put it back down, please. Thank you.
It's movable.
Just place that like that. Now, what I'm about to show you, if this works correctly, has not been seen in the magic world for about 45 years, and I'll explain it. But what we have is the magician would take the box and place it just like that. He would wave his hands over the box and reach inside and pull out a big, beautiful bird. This is Josephine, okay? Now, when I mentioned pigeons a little earlier about them being rats with wings, I stand corrected this week because a minister friend of mine from over Woodbury recommended that I do something that has not been done in 40 years, be a magician who uses actual pigeons. Originally, that's what magicians did, is they used pigeons in their magic shows. The reason they went away from them is because they wanted to streamline and have smaller loads on their bodies for magicians. I'll tell you something, once I saw these show birds, and these are show pigeons, this is called a nun. And if you notice, it looks like she has a nun's habit on. She has a brown back. Her husband is a priest. He has a full brown body, a brown head, and a white collar. Okay? And that's the birds that they used back then. They were called nuns and priests. And if you take a look, it looks a little bit like a small peregrine falcon. I was kind of curious as to what she would do about flying outside. She seems to be very nice. This is the first time we brought her outside for a show. She was used for the first time in our shows yesterday. So she seems to be handling well. After the show, you can come up and meet her, okay? I don't want to hand her around or pass her around, okay? Because she is just a little larger than that other one. She's got more sharp claws. I hope you like that. If you like it, give her a clap. Let her know. Yeah, like I said, they're not potty trained. Okay, now you ready for some more magic? Okay. Now, a lot of people ask me how I first got started out in magic, and this is a particular effect that I like to do in every show. But I decided, hey, I'm doing this effect for younger folks, so I want to do it from your perspective as to how I saw it when I was your age. See, that's when I first saw it, when I was 10 years old. My parents took me down to the entertainment capital of New Jersey. It was called Atlantic City back then. It was before it became the gambling capital of New Jersey. And back then, they used to have a place called the Steel Pier, which they had wonderful acts there. But a couple blocks down, there was a pancake house. Now, how many of you like pancakes? Yeah, I love pancakes. What's your favorite pancake? What's your favorite kind of pancake? Regular? I like chocolate chip, personally. Anybody else? Yeah, they're pretty good. Well, on Friday, yeah, blueberry's always a big favorite out there. You know, but on Friday and Saturday nights, they used to have a magician who used to stand out front and do magic to entice you in to enjoy their delectable edibles that were inside. And what he would do is, I saw my first magic feat. I saw him take 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 cards. And then he took one card and he threw it down to the ground. He took a second card and threw it down to the ground. He took a third card and threw it down to the ground. But when he was done, he still had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 cards. Now, I figured, hey, I thought that was pretty neat, so I wanted to learn how to do it, because it looked like it might even be easy. So I went down to the local magic shop, and I asked the guy down at the magic shop, hey, do you happen to have that magical effect where the magician takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 cards, and then he takes one card, he throws it down to the ground, he takes a second card, throws it down to the ground, and he takes a third card and throws it down to the ground? But when he's done, he still has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 cards. Well, the guy behind the counter, he scratched his head for a second. He said, no. But I do happen to have the trick where the magician takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 cards, and then he takes 1 card and he throws it down to the ground. He takes 2 cards, throws it down to the ground, and when he's done, he still has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 cards. But I said, that's not the one I want. The one I want is the one where the magician takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 cards. Then he takes 1 card, throws it down to the ground, takes another card, throws it down to the ground, takes a 3rd card, throws it down to the ground, and when he's done, he still has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards, and that's how I started out. When the guy down at the magic shop couldn't help me, I decided maybe I better go back and talk straight to the horse's mouth. So I went back down to the magician that was in front of the pancake house. Besides, one of my parents were taking interest in the pancakes. So I asked him, I said, listen, how did you do that with those cards? And he says, well, you have to find the right kind of cards, and you have to be able to squeeze the magic right out of them. I said, show me how. So he did. And what he did is he took some cards, and he took some of them and placed them inside of his magical hat, and then he took the cards and he started squeezing. And he squeezed, and he squeezed, and he squozed, and he squozed, and he squeezed. And then he had somebody blowing it. Would you blow on that? Very good. And just like that, the cards all became a little bit smaller. Now, he said there may be a little bit more magic inside those cards. And he says, all you got to do is you squeeze, and you squeeze, and you squoze, and you squoze, and you squoze. Very good, and blow. And all of a sudden, the cards became a little bit smaller. And then he said, there may even be a little bit more magic in the cards. So he squeezed, and he squeezed, and he squozed, and he squozed, and he... And all of a sudden, the cards became a little smaller. You see that? Well, after all these years of doing magic, I found out if I took the cards and I placed them in my hand just like so, and I squeezed, and I squeezed, and I squozed, and I squozed, and I... And I had everybody blow. The cards became so small, you literally couldn't. And that's a little magic from magic. You know, a lot of people notice that I have something on my hand, and it's a very special ring. It's called an inner circle ring in magic. And what happens is when you get to reach a certain level of magic and you've studied a lot and you practice a lot, you get to go before a board of higher regents, of the bigger magicians, Copperfield, Blackstone, Siegfried and Roy, Lance Burton, people like that. And what happens, you can earn your inner circle ring. That means you become a magician with many wishes of the world in your hand. It's shaped like a wishbone. Now, each magician has their ring is different than anybody else's. It is made and the mold is broken. And then sometime this year, I will earn my ruby, which will go right on the front. And as I get older, different jewels will be embedded in there as I learn more and more tricks. I figured by the time I learn David Copperfield's flying, I should have a big diamond ring. Anyway, no, I'm only joking on that. As I said, you have to go before all these other magicians. So what happened is I went into this room. It was my time to find out if I could earn my ring. And I walked into this huge room, and there were the great magicians standing up there. And they told me the challenge for me is that they would give me one form of Mother Earth, and I would have to fix or blend that with another form of Mother Earth. Now, Mother Earth, there's 4 types. There is air, fire, water, and the actual earth that we walk on. And I would have to blend them and create magic. I said it sounded easy. They laughed. Now, what they did is they brought out 3 vials of sand. That was the Mother Earth that they challenged me with. The sand was legend to have come from distant places many years ago. The first sand was a yellow sand that was baked bright by the hot sun over thousands of years. The second sand was a green sand. This sand was legend to be brought back from archaeologists who had actually found Eden. And then finally, there was a red sand. And this sand was fell from a meteorite that fell on a bright, sunny, hot summer's night on the Earth. And they told me all I had to do was blend that with another form of Mother Earth and create magic, and I could earn my ring. So what I did is I took my magic hat, and I took a pitcher full of water. I poured it inside the hat. At this point, I took a handful of the yellow sand, the sand baked bright by the hot sun, and I placed it inside the water. Next, I took a handful of the green sand, the sand legend to have come from the archaeologists who had actually visited, and I placed it inside the water. And then finally, I grabbed a handful of the red sand, the sand that fell from the meteorite on a starry, bright summer's night, and I placed that inside the water. I stirred the water around, and all the magicians looked at me. They scratched their heads and they said, "But that doesn't seem like magic." And I said, "But wait a minute. We haven't gotten that very special magic word. And what is that magic word?" Hocus pocus. Very good. So as I waved my hand over there, if you would all say hocus pocus, please.
Hocus pocus.
As they all hollered the chorus of hocus pocus, I reached inside. I grabbed a handful of the yellow sand. Hold your hand open, please. And I poured it dry back into his hand. Next, I reached into the hat. I grabbed a handful of the green sand. And I poured it dry into their hand. And then finally, I grabbed a handful of the red sand and I poured it dry back into his hand. At this point, I took the remaining water that was inside the hat. I poured it back into the pitcher. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how I earned my magician's ring. Kind of thirsty. Oh yeah, you're doggone. I forgot all about that. Yeah, it makes pretty cars. Ah! That's called New Jersey hard water, by the way, folks. How we doing out there? Everybody having a good time? Yeah, okay, let's keep on going then. Yeah. You know, a couple weeks ago, some friends of mine, they went over to Ireland. They asked if they could bring me back a souvenir, and I said, certainly. And they said, Mike, what do you want? And I said, I want something that's magical. You know what these guys brought me back? A petrified leprechaun. Now, sir, do you know how a petrified leprechaun works?
No, I don't.
Why don't you come on up here?
Oh, God. Oh, this is funny. Can I take your place? You go bulldo, and they ride. Oh, this is funny.
Stand over here, please. And what is your name? How you doing there, Mike? My hands are a little sandy here. I hope you don't mind. Okay. Now, first of all, to do a petrified leprechaun, I need a piece of hair. You're a little bigger than me. I'll take one of mine. Okay. Just pull the arm. Make sure it works. Ow! Watch it. They work something like an old voodoo doll. Okay. Now, hold out your right hand. Put this one behind your back. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this on your hand. Now, what I want you to do, using only the power of your mind, realizing this is Sunday, okay, we're all patiently waiting to go watch the Phillies game on television. I know this. I want you to make Lucky the Leprechaun here rise.
I can.
Adults, you can use your imagination.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime now, Mike. There's always a clown at the party, right? Let's use a little magic, okay? Do you agree? Okay. Now, I have a nickname for him. I have a nickname for this guy, and I call him Hooky Dookie, so I want everybody to say Hooky Dookie rhymes. Again. Again. Louder. Again. Again. And if you would like to wave your hands over that, make sure that there's no strings, and back, by the way, you can go. No magnets. Now everybody say, Dookie Dookie Doll, sit.
Dookie Dookie Doll, sit. Dookie Dookie Doll, sit. Dookie Dookie Doll, sit. I know how
Just
to
as easy as that. Remember, if you know how a magic effect works, don't let anybody know, because you'll give away a little piece of the imagination that belongs to the world. Okay?
I know two tricks.
Did you like that?
I know two tricks.
Ah, let's see here.
Good job, my bud.
Shall we do something with your mom? Come on, let's do something with your mom. Come on, Mom. Come on, Mom.
Great. Let's not get for something.
It's time to make Mom a present. She gave you this wonderful party, right? Okay, so I'm going to give her half the paper I have in my hand.
Okay.
On the count of 3, rip it in half, just like so. Okay, now what I'd like you to do, you didn't count to 3, you're right, very good.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, very good. Okay, now put the blue sides together, put the black sides together, put the torn sides to the right, straight sides go to the left, top goes to the bottom goes to the top, right, bottom goes to the right. You sound like Joe Isuzu, right? Okay, I'll tell you what, let's use a little magic here. We're just going to take this, what we're going to do is we're going to roll this up into a nice little ball, just like so. I'm going to ask you to hold on to that.
Okay.
Yeah? Place this right here. Okay, now you ready? Let's do some magic. Okay, first of all, we need a magic wand. Just happen to have a magic wand right here. And what I want you to do is I want you to take the magic wand and just wave it over hands. Go ahead, take the magic wand, wave it right over hands. Just take the magic wand, wave it right over hands. Take the magic wand, wave it right over hands. Take the magic wand, wave it right over hands. Wait a minute, that's right. I'll tell you what, wait a minute. I happen to have with me the heavy-duty industrial strength magic wand. So you just take the magic wand, wave it right over head. Just take the magic wand. You're doing this on purpose. No laughing, no giggling. Take the magic wand, wave it right over her hands. One of each hand. One of each hand. Okay, now just take the magic wand, wave it right. This is getting ridiculous. Take the magic wand. Take the magic wand, bring it on over here. Wave all the magic wands. Everybody go abracadabra. Hocus pocus. Alamagocus. And what did you make for your mother? It's a beautiful sunny day. It's hot out.
Yes.
Okay, let's see what we did here. No, but it's something for the pool. Very nice job. Give her a big hand. They're not waterproof.
They're not waterproof yet. Never mind. I was going to say something else.
I want you to pick. No, I want you. 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 Where's your brother?
Yeah, he has a sister right there.
I need your sister.
You have a sister now?
The ones I called up getting a nice long line right here.
Yes.
Okay? I want you to get on this side of the line. Your sister's going to be on that side of the line. Very good. Okay? Now, what I'm going to ask you to do is we're going to do something very interesting here because we're going to find out the bond between brother and sister. Now, you should be good friends. Ah, yeah, I know, the age. I know. I have a sister I love, too. I'm only joking. We're going to, well, you know, it's funny because someday that's all going to change. As you grow up, you're going to find out that there's a little magic even between the two of you, and we're going to find out if it's there right now. Okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to ask you all to turn this way, to the right. Very good. At this time, no, this way. That's the right way. Believe it. Okay? I want you all to raise your right arm. Other right arm. Okay, very good. Right arm.
Ian.
Right arm. Very good, Ian. 10, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Ian, now I want you all to place your right arm on the shoulder of the person in front of you. Okay? Now I want you all to raise your left arm. Place that on the shoulder in front of you. Don't squeeze. Okay, it's a hot day. Put the hand on the shoulder in front of you. Okay? Raise your right leg. No, only joking. What we're going to do here. What we're going to do here. Everybody's doing the locomotion. Okay. What we're going to do here is we're going to, here, would you hold that, please? Is I have a deck of cards. And they're all just a little bit different. Everybody can see. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to say the word stop. Say the word stop. Stop. Very good. I want you to take the bottom card. Now face this direction. Take the bottom card. Okay? I want you to look at it. Don't show it to anybody else. Okay, then I want you to put it in the pocket. Put it inside your pocket or underneath your hat. Nobody can see it. Very good. Now, what we're going to attempt to do is we're going to attempt to send a mental thought from brother to sister. And these friends are going to help you out here. Now place your hands right here. Okay? I want you to concentrate on that card. I want you to think really hard about that card. So the thought flows into his mind. And then into hers. And then into hers. And then into hers. And finally, maybe into hers. Okay, you ready? I want you to sit there. Look pretty. Very good.
Whoa, careful.
Can I come back in your garden just a
Yeah,
little
go
bit?
ahead.
I promise I won't kill anything.
That's all right.
Okay, I want you to smile.
Look at everybody's gonna kiss it.
Okay. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to stand. Everybody keep their arms, concentrate real hard. Because what I've done is I've taken a picture of this momentous event. I want you to stare at that picture, and I want you to concentrate and look at yourself as you show up on there. And if you think you see the card, I want you to holler out what the card was that your brother selected. Elissa. Okay, Elissa? So everybody concentrate. Concentrate real hard. Concentrate. 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 He's laughing. Something's happening, huh? Concentrate. What card was it?
I don't know what that thing is.
Look at it. Oh, you don't know what that's called?
Okay, black queen.
A black queen of clubs. What card did you select, Ian? Excuse me, lemonade. Go ahead.
Black queen of clubs.
The black queen of clubs. Yes, there is a little magic between it.
Well, you can circulate it, okay?
Okay.
Is it like
Okay.
your forehead or?
Yes, you will. Oh my God! Don't touch it. Oh my God!
Okay, guys, just sit down and pass it.
Yeah, sit down and pass it.
It's on the list. Hopefully he won't.
Okay. Do more. Okay, we are going to do a couple more here. I'm going to do my little finale, and then we have an encore with the amazing Jonathan and his escape. But what we're going to do here is something unique, because it actually comes from the journals of the old and great master Harry Houdini. Now, Jonathan and I, when we had our magic shop over in Oakland, for those who stopped over to see it, Jonathan and I are the successors and heirs to the show of Harry Houdini and Robert Hardin. We have over 72 pieces of theirs that we display throughout the country in museums, and we utilize in our shows. The little black box that is sitting underneath the big black box is a piece that was handmade by the family around 1908. It is one of the pieces. We've had to fix it up. It was in a pretty ratty condition, but when we saw exactly what it was used for, we said, we want to attempt this in our show. You see, every magician wants to do the ultimate magical feat. And the ultimate magical feat on any birthday party that I know of is to actually create life, because that's what birthdays are all about, the actual creation of life. Now, back then, magicians did some pretty wild things to try to do this, but there was only one that was successful, and that was Harry Houdini himself. So, taking from one of his journals, some of his notes, I'm going to attempt to recreate for your birthday Houdini's creation of life, and I need one helper. Who hasn't helped me? You haven't helped me.
He helped me.
Okay. You didn't
They all
help?
know who helped.
Come on.
Oh God.
Forgive me, I did a bar mitzvah last night, along with a wedding and a few other things, so I got about 300 kids in my head. Okay, Stan, what's your name? Brian? Brian, all right. I like the hat. Okay. Now, let's see here. I did have to make one modification to Houdini's routine, because back then they were using different types of scientific methods than what we do right now to create life. So I thought the best thing to do was to bring it up to the 90s and use a test tube. Okay, you can hold that, please. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to cover the test tube, and I would like everybody to reach up in the air with the right hand. Reach up. And I want you to grab some light. Okay, hold it in your hand. And then, on the count of 3, you're going to throw that light right here at the test tube. I want to see everybody, the adults too. Come on, get into this. It's Sunday afternoon. There's nothing good on television, believe me. Okay, hold that in your hand. Okay, and on the count of 3, you're going to throw it at the test tube, and you're going to say the universal word for life, and that word is l'chaim. Can you say that? L'chaim. That means to life. Okay? It's Arabic. It really isn't the other. It's actually Arabic. So, are you ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Oh,
Backfired.
John? John? What time did you put him in here? I'd like you all to meet Furball the bunny. Or what remains of him. Actually, Harry Houdini left some notes behind, and he said if this ever happened, that if you created an inanimate object, something without life, that you could find inside of it and squeeze out the very essence of life from inanimate furballs like this. So would you hold this, please? I'd hold it right there. You never know what you'll catch.
It's fake. It's fake.
All right, Ryan.
It's fake. You can see by the eyes.
That's what they said about my dead Uncle Harry. Now, wait a minute. We're going to put it inside the box.
You better be ready to
I want everybody to go, ooh.
Ooh.
I want some life in this. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. Ah. That's our magic words. And as this young gentleman here turns the crank, you're all going to go, ooh, ah, ooh,
I see
ah.
your feet.
You ready? You ready? Go. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. I give you the essence of life. Hold that, please. I know, you're all saying the rabbit's in the box. The rabbit's in the box. Let's take a look. You ready? 1, 2, and...
God's behind me. I see it in the bag. He doesn't know one thing about magic.
Guys.
We're done, huh?
Borrow your hat.
I don't know.
You better confess to the priest about that.
Anyway, Harry Houdini, you may sit down now. Thank you very much.
Peter.
Harry Houdini left behind one final note. And he said all you had to do was lay the essence of life over the back of 2 snow white turtle doves, or Java doves, and I happen to have a couple right there.
You're sneezing.
Place them right over the back. Just remove this here.
What is it?
I'm going to use a very, very old piece. This came from the adults may have heard of the Thurston Show. I collect a lot of old pieces now that we just keep around. This came from the Thurston Show and was used in the original Sands of Time. That was the one I showed you earlier. Now, what I need everybody to do is on the count of 3. I want you to shout a nice, big, happy birthday for you. That'll be our magic words. That sound good? Let's get to practice, right? 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday!
That was a little wimpy, guys. You gotta do it a little stronger than that. I mean, this is not a funeral. This is a birthday. You ready?
Yeah, Chris.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. I'd like you all to meet Stinky. Stinky had a little run-in with a skunk in our backyard about a year ago, and that's how he got his name. So, Stinky's a little albino white Rex rabbit, and he's very playful. And a little bit later on, you're more than welcome to meet him if you come up one at a time in single file. He doesn't want to be crowded, especially on a hot day. Now, I know you all want to know what happened to the birds, right? Yeah. Well, Stinky, tell them. Burp. Oh, I'll tell you what, we're going to put you right back here. Now, we got one final routine to do. Now, I just got done talking about Harry Houdini. I know many of you are too young to know exactly who the heck I'm talking about.
I know he's the greatest escape artist. He's the greatest escape artist. No, he isn't. He's young. He's good, but...
Yeah, really.
Ian.
The young ones, too.
Careful.
This here is a sample of a a souvenir program from the Harry Houdini show. Harry Houdini was probably one of the most inspiring showmen in the magic industry. He wasn't a particularly great magician, he was just a great showman. He was like a P.T. Barnum. He knew how to sell his soul. And that's exactly what he did. Is he got out there and he did the very best job he could and made things very exciting. In fact, most of the time when he did his escapes, he was out of his escapes within 15 to 20 seconds of all the locks and bonds. He would go backstage. In fact, there's a little story about this in here. He would go backstage and he'd start reading his newspaper. And one day, one of the orchestra leaders went back, and because back then they used orchestras in the magic show. I mean, 50-piece orchestras. And he went back and he says, "You got to stop rustling your paper. The people out in the audience can hear you." And Harry turned to him and said, "Tell the orchestra to play louder." Okay? Well, a lot of people have a misconception how Harry Houdini died. Just one little last thing. Harry Houdini did not die doing an escape. Okay? Harry Houdini died from appendicitis and complications from appendicitis when he was punched in the stomach because of a long-standing bet that he had within the community. He was a very strong man. To be an escape artist, to hang upside down, to go underneath the water for 4 and 5 minutes at a time, you got to be very physically fit. So when somebody punched him in the stomach, they couldn't knock the air out of him. Well, he was up in Illinois one night, late in October, and a student came in, a college student came in, they punched him in the stomach when he wasn't looking. Okay, they didn't play fair, and they literally killed him at that moment. What happened? He went on, did his show, did escape from the torture chamber. He did escape that night. At that point, he was taken to the hospital, which it was the 23rd of October. He was taken to the hospital. The doctors diagnosed appendicitis and peritonitis, and they said, "You're not going to live no more than about 6 hours." And that was when Harry Houdini did his greatest magical feat. He stayed alive until Halloween night, 1926, and that's when he passed on. And that's a true story of how Harry Houdini died. And that is written down here. If you'd like to have a little read of this, I'll pass this around, okay? If you have sticky things on your hands, please don't, okay? Touch it, okay? It is a little old, even the souvenir ones. So you can pass this around after the show. Now, talking about Harry Houdini died in 1926, so over the last 70 years, there have been many pretenders to the throne of Houdini. In fact, 2 years ago, you may have read about one who attempted to do something very, very dangerous, and it cost him his life. And on that note, what you see Jonathan do today, no matter how simple or easy it may look like, you are never, ever, ever to attempt to try to do this. Jonathan practices between 3 and 4 hours a day at his art, and that's exactly what escape is. Jonathan has been doing escape since he was 4 years old. He's following in the footsteps of Harry Houdini. As I said yesterday, he did metamorphosis. He does death device. He does not do any of the underwater escapes. I'm the nut that gets locked up and thrown in people's lakes and things like that still. So, but he doesn't do that. We try to keep it as safe as possible. Now, right now, what is going to happen? The birthday boy, 1, 2, because you haven't helped and you haven't helped with anything, have you? 3. And then who hasn't helped amongst the young ladies? You haven't helped? Twins haven't helped. Come on up here. Come on. 2.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Have you helped? You've helped?
Dana hasn't.
You haven't helped? Dana hasn't helped? Okay, let's get the 7 of you. Okay. Stand up here, please. Stand up. Okay. Now, here are your instructions. Jonathan is sitting in a chair. It has arms on it. Okay, we're going to bring him out in just a second. And what he has with him is he has 100 feet of rope. By the way, the rope is supplied by Charlie's Hardware here in beautiful downtown College. We've got to get the commercial announcement in there for Charlie. Good guy. Anyway, you have 100 feet of rope. You have 3 minutes with which to tie him to that chair with 100 feet of rope. Okay? You can tie him any way you want. You can use knots, you can use whatever you want to do, but you cannot tie around the neck, you cannot tie around the head. This is not a lesson in how to hurt somebody. Okay? Okay? Just remember, he is your age and think of how you would feel. Okay?
He's not my age, I'm old.
Jeff.
How old are you?
10. He's 9.
He's 9. Yeah,
So
you're
it's
right.
Jeff.
Who is this guy? Anyway, you understand? Okay, now you started off. Okay, now first of all, Jonathan, come on up here. Let's bring the chair up.
Why did he? He said it did.
Let's go. Whatever. Okay,
Why did it?
now, place the rope on the ground, please.
Ian.
Here is the beginning of the rope. Ian? You have 3 minutes starting Now. Okay. Were all the adults here when I first came in, by the way? No?
I don't think so.
You got a cigarette there?
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh, you got one burning, don't you? You got one burning. No, I don't want to use it.
I have one.
Okay, you got a couple.
You can use this one.
No. Oh, no,
What's a burning one, Jen?
I was just going to come back here while they're tying.
I'm
I was just
sorry.
going to come back here and do something for the adults.
All right, come on, Ian. Guys, start.
Nobody's. I'm going to use this if you don't mind.
Let them start helping you. Go ahead, Dana, Joe. Lisa,
This is going to be
Laura,
interesting. I want you all to watch. Watch. Mickey Mouse, watch. You know something? Could you come over here? I don't want to do it with this. I want to make it a little bit more exciting.
Yeah.
I hope you don't mind. I am not getting fresh.
Okay.
Understand? Okay? Turn around right over here.
A dress, right?
Right. Turn around right over here.
Okay.
Take this right like that. So like that. Like that.
He did that already for us.
Still don't know how to do it.
I don't know either.
You ready? Called the Magical Music Tour Smoke Enders program. Nothing up her sleeves, nothing up mine, and nothing to leave you burned up about.
That's amazing. I thought you were sitting right there and I said it.
Thank you. Okay, guys, you got a minute and a half.
Go.
Let's move it along.
Get them in there nice and tight.
Phillies are in the third inning. Come on. I can't help it. I mean, normally I've been bringing out my Phillies cap for a Magic hat because, let's face it, that's the most magic this town has seen
Yeah, say that
in
again.
so many decades of baseball. It's incredible.
Well, unless the Phillies are having a half an hour and first saying being the Mets butts.
Yeah, I'll tell you something. They've done a real good job. They've won 3 in a row. And I've been following baseball since I was younger than you guys. I used to go to Connie Mack Stadium with my dad, watch the Philadelphia Phillies, and watch Jim Bunning and Richie Ashburn and people like that play. And then, great, man. Be a rich man someday. Keep him. But baseball has really changed in Philadelphia. I'm sure the adults will agree. It's rather expensive.
Yeah.
Keep on going, guys. You got 1 minute.
Come on, guys. Move. Just off to
Just keep them moving here.
Yeah, about his feet, guys. Get his legs.
By the way, I want all the adults to understand, Jonathan has been doing this since he was 4. He was the one that chose Escape. I have another son who wants to do the Doves. He's only 3. But believe it or not, he's starting to develop into some of the things already. We are a magical family. An old schoolmate of yours, my wife, Sharon, who's from Sharon Rogers from Collingswood. She is my wife and also my magical assistant who we saw on half. And if she's good, we put her back together again.
Sharon, she graduated with me.
She would have graduated. When did you graduate?
79.
79. No, she would have graduated 81, I believe it is. Okay.
I got the whole Phillies team.
You might have graduated with Tracy.
Shut up.
Yeah, Tracy, Kevin.
Okay.
There was a whole slew of them. I'm giving you 15 extra seconds, so hurry up. We also do larger scale shows. You know, anybody that likes the big stuff with the big illusions and the crazy stuff.
3, 2,
I'm gonna give you a countdown here. 10,
9, 8, 7, 6,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Last off.
Okay. Now everybody
Okay.
step back.
Stand there.
Now let me explain exactly what Jonathan's going to do here. What we call this
He doesn't look
is
too
the
happy
Great
about it,
American
does he?
Escape to College Challenge. Jonathan, for many years, was just earning straight cash, which became the property of 7-Eleven, several different video companies. I think we invested in a number of them. And then one day, I asked Jonathan, how do you think we should invest in your program? He says, well, I want to go to college someday. And he says, I'd like to earn that money maybe by doing the work that I do. So what he does is he works for a U.S. savings bond. And it's for an educational bond. And what happens if he does not get out in the 5 minutes that is allowed to him, he has to donate to your favorite charity. I'll be honest with you, charities get rich on us from the good shows. They don't get rich on us from this stuff. So he is pretty good. So we're going to give you 4 minutes. How's that sound? A little challenge today? Okay? Here we go. On mark. Go. Jeez. Jonathan first came to me when he was 4 with every parent's wish. Dad, tie me to a chair. Ladies and gentlemen, the amazing Jonathan. remember, if you know how they work, don't let anybody know. Okay, because the imagination is a very precious thing, and the world needs so much imagination today because you're going to need it as you get older. But until then, on behalf of Jonathan, I'm Michael St. James. Remember, the next time you have a party, you make it magic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, I want everybody to come up here, get in a single line. Birthday boy first, very good.
Easy.
Birthday boy, get some magic tricks.
And a also.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a magic trick too. Ow!
Yeah, it's pretty
It's really,
Yeah, we saw it back at a birthday party. Betty.
Whatever comes out in my head.
didn't work.
Probably.
This time, so I don't know whether I had a little thing that was, it just didn't, it wouldn't,
Yeah, go ahead.
so it just didn't, wind up with it. So I lost
Put that back in.
I always stole his ring. Yeah, just stole his ring. Don't do that again. I might have to hurt you.
Here you are.
Yeah, but he won him over.
Magic lamp. What's this? Everybody that got a pipe, come here. I'll show you how to do the magic trick. You know how to do it? Oh, you got one already? Okay.
Go up there. We have a pipe. He's going to show you. Oh, yes. Mine broke.
There you go. Now you got to tie it back up again. Don't have any extras in the fridge. Just tie a little thing on it.
Is that him? Ryan, why are you up there? You know how to do it. I saw these little ones. I picked caliber for like 30 years. You just did it!
I just put it up the other day. Or yesterday I put it up.
Okay, hang on a second, Jonathan.
I got it at Clover.
Stand here with.
I think we just threw a little hole down a plywood.
Well, that's what I was looking at the smaller ones, like they're kind of round.
Right, that's
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Very good. Oh, that was super.
Certainly, let me grab that. I'll get some brochures for you.
And also, like, it has one, the fabric,
What's up, Joe?
take the
You all right?
What's
the matter?
put it on the case, you know, for sun or rain,
There you are.
Joey.
Couple of these over here.
Yeah, I like
There's even a picture in there. I don't know whether that's going to increase business or not.
How you get the, Dad, can you answer or something? Got it. Got it. Give me a jar and catch. Hey.
Yeah.
Do what?
I also have karaoke recipes. So for people that like to rent karaoke machines and become a star in there, I don't do the actual shows. I only rent it out. I'm not a real singer. I try to be a magician.
Oh, the failures get the rings for here. I forget.
Blow very hard.
Where's the
Put
big
it on the bottle right now. Very good. Close. Now bring it up. Blow harder and pass it through. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I remember now. I don't know what it is. I can't get it. Alright, so you put it on. How do you put it on? Just hold on. Where's the big bird?
Everybody watch.
Sorry!
Alright.
Alright, guys.
Alright, is everybody in one spot here?
No,
Except for my mom and everybody's in there. The heck with
I
them.
never got my lemonade for the first time.
Alright, guys.
You'll get it
again.
Lost it.
Chill.
Alright, Danielle.
I want the cake.
Ryan and Josh, come on.
Yeah, put it in the,
Joe?
the candles. Yeah, put it in the candles. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, you
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ian. Happy birthday to you. Well, blow it out, dude. Yeah. All right, let me get in there and cut. Let me get in there. Ain't getting nothing unless I can get in there and cut it. Back off.
Okay, guys, step back. Me and Mr. Lutz will get him. Back off, and I'll pass everything. It's ice cream cake. I hope everybody likes it.
Where did you get that from Carvel?
Yes, sir.
There's a lot of questions, isn't there?
That's all right. There's nothing wrong with asking a lot of questions. Question. Ian, how many people are there? Count. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
They were talking that far.
30.
30?
Yep. About 40. We're going to have enough. It's really small. These kids probably won't even finish half of it, you know.
I
I know. That's why you got it. Everybody, yeah, 20, and then people inside too. Ian's inside, so
I know a lot of people that like
Hey, just relax. I gotta have enough to get around first, all right? And then if there's some left over, you can have more.
just relax, guys.
Yeah.
who likes Thomas the Train.
No.
Thomas, that's trying to think. Who else?
What's your name?
Thomas.
Joey. Don't worry, Joe.
No, my sister was.
She does it. She was
Yeah.
she's not real crazy about the they have trains.
It happened again.
Do you live in Oakland too, Joey?
Yes.
Damn.
Me, Romeo, and Quentin. And Bobby.
Has like 6 pigs.
Claire's not.
Come here.
Little pieces for now. And there's some lemonade poured here. Who wants?
Me.
Lemonade, babe, or
Yeah, well, it's down.
Lisa, Laura, some lemonade.
Dad, you're
Yeah, I
big
have
guy.
apple cider too.
Not anymore.
Ryan, anything to drink? Liz, would you do me a favor, hon? Open the apple cider and start pouring some.
Yeah, matter of fact, just take the glasses over here and pour. whoever wants. Oh, don't pour more than is necessary. You know what I mean?
Pour 2 glasses.
Yeah.
Apple cider?
I don't know.
Oh, Dana.
That's it.
Right here. Down.
That's what hard work and practice comes to. Like when I do it, I know exactly what it is.
Do you want any juice or anything?
Why don't I do a stick? What do a stick? Want to see me doing a stick?
Timmy?
Go over there, eat your cake. Sit down over there. I'll come up with one more thing.
Do it to my hat.
Joe? Something to drink?
What?
What do you want?
I have ice cream cake.
Let me go put this over in my car here.
Yes, you may.
You gotta give me a
Do you
little
guys
bit
want
of an
something to
avenue
drink?
right
You go see Elissa. Elissa's here.
Watch the south.
Got it, Dana?
I know that.
Excuse
I
me.
would do that.
And you guys say, oh, thank you, Mr. St. James, too.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. St. James. Why thank him now? He's doing another steak. No, no. He's doing it.
Oh, is it?
Mom, can I have these sticks?
Yes, Elissa.
No,
And wait.
he told us to do another steak.
Did he really?
But he did it. He did it.
I asked your son. He said no. Now you want it.
I'll take a roll, please.
Okay. Yes, you may. Liz, could you pour Jonathan
Lemonade or apple cider?
lemonade?
Thank you very much.
Wait, I got two.
Thank you.
I live in Oakland.
Cake, Bear.
I worked very hard at it.
Why, starting our office down here.
Let's see
You're ice cream too, didn't you?
Sorry, Deb.
My mother-in-law, she's across.
Am I gonna have some?
Cake?
Yeah.
It's my dad.
No, I love it. Ian doesn't like regular
That is
icing.
the camera still on?
My girl last year.
Carve out.
Yeah.
That is the camera supposed to be on?
Yeah.
Ian, go sit down, relax.
Hungry.
Where's
Jacqueline.
Yeah, next time,
Jacqueline.
no,
Jacqueline.
the whole,
I'm like,
rabbit.
Hey, wasn't he a nice rabbit?
Is the camera set up that?
Be good, girls.
Serves you right this way. You just stuck on it and all this
All right, well, I'm sorry. Mr. Lutz is going to be filming this. You don't want your head in there, do you?
Can we stick around the other side, or?
vicious party.
Sure.
You all right, Jacqueline?
That's what I got glasses for. So I can see. Right now. Do your sign. Wait, they're hiding right now.
Excuse me.
Let's try to get ahead.
Hey guys, have a chair.
Tight now. Don't kill each other.
See, dude.
I can't understand you. Tight? Tighter? Okay.
One day, he was one day older. He wouldn't be able to go in the
You like? Camera ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Jacqueline Schwan. Jacqueline.
Hey, trash. Hey.
Oh,
We're still one more thing from Jacqueline.
Trash. Where's the trash? It's a something.
It's a something. It's Jurassic Park.
Ah, Jurassic Park, right?
JP.
Cool.
Let me see.
He's gonna eat Joanne. Kill it.
All right.
Vaccinate it. Kill it. Vaccinate it. Thank you. Pump it up. Spade it. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Spade it.
got it, Dane? This Dane. Sorry, Dane.
Ryan, can I have him back now? Oh well, it's just paper. Yeah, thanks, Dad. In a bag, just stick my presents in. Oh, thanks, Christina. It can break. Dad. Head. Hey, thank you, Daryl. For your presents, you might be as rich as me.
Hey.
Thank you, Dara. I have $26. No, I haven't opened it yet.
Oh, look at the card you got, Ian. Isn't that cute? Show everybody the card. But it's a magician pulling a rabbit out of a hat.
God. Okay. Hey.
Isn't that cute?
Hey, you still have that imprint thing on your tongue?
Yeah, you see the little red mark? Right there?
Deep booty. Hey, I got the same one.
Cool.
That's the one. That's the one. Thank you, Anthem. What I know is you.
How'd you
And
know
what
that?
is it? Because I asked for a balloon set. I got the same one. Remember I said I was gonna wear it? That's the same one. Bulls. Is it a starter? That makes sense, Chris.
Yeah, that's right.
Starters are fun. For you, nephew. For you, not man. You know, like, whoa!
I have to tell Miss Massey how good you guys are at that.
He's got a $10 bill. Oh, you meant just in that card. Another $10.
Ian, run me money for gas, buddy.
Yeah, but if he did, he would get your presents are there.
Yeah, I know.
Ian, you got some books, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Indiana Jones.
Good.
Uh,
Favorite.
Jackie.
Thank you.
Birthday present. This is what he came up with. Yes, 40. Yes, 40.
Who's that from, hon? Uncle Mike and Aunt Ange?
Yeah.
You like that comic, don't you? Excuse me.
Here you go, We'll put here.
Put everything over here.
You have $40 now.
All right, guys.
Okay, stop taking track.
Right.
I really don't want to keep track of my money. Do I? How much do I have? 40.
All right.
40. 40. Probably 45. I'm leaving this. What's your guys' 15? Is that what he's getting?
Wow. Cool.
You putting dollars on? Happy birthday! Hope your birthday will be the very best yet. $47. Never forget. Your own friend, Tim. Thanks, Tim. $47. Whoa.
Give me the envelope, buddy.
47. Whoa. 47. Whoa.
Good, Chris. Good, Chris.
I know. That's what we had. That's your birthday look. If the combination was on you win $100 in cash. Hey, run. Happy birthday anyway. I hit you money. Jesus, this is hard. You have 58, Ian. $10. I want $10 anyway.
That's me card.
I want $10. 58. Yes, 58. Ian, you have 58. Wait, can I see the card? Where's my card? You have 58. I've seen this card. Has 58.
Okay, Chris, thank you.
Take Chris. Okay. Then go on now.
Chris, I understand you give everybody the morning news in the morning.
Oh! Yeah. Yeah, about the Phillies.
Yeah, about the Phillies,
Yeah.
right?
I know the cat is on your birthday. Chris, you don't give any news about the Phillies. You don't even know who the Phillies are.
That's a neat card, too.
Lisa, Laura, Barbara, and Kit.
Keith.
Ceremony, President Space Forward. Didn't know history could be so much fun digits. The money's there.
That's neat. I like it, too. I'll put it in the card. What do you say?
In the card. Whoa, how many dollars do you have in? Come on, count. Thank you, Keith. Yes, Laura, and Lisa and Laura. 69. Look what it took a bite out of that card.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Here, that's ours. Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Best yet, a wonderful day that. How much do you have before that card? Okay, 40. Now he has 60. Thanks, Dana. Right here. And then he thanks, Dana. 500. No,
Dana Alvieri.
73. It's either 73 or 73. Alvin, they all happy birthday.
Oh, that's neat, too.
You guys have to do You bet you. Happy birthday. No! Isn't it? Check how much?
All right, don't worry about it, John.
20.
What do you say?
20. Thank you, 90. Grandma. 3. What?
You'll be right back.
Deli. Sorry. He's almost $3. He's almost near 100.
right.
7 more. 7 more. Go on, big 7. Here, this way. I'm getting it. So you're getting me 5.
It's Grandma Marie.
Oh, thank you, Mommy.
It's cute.
Hey, I wonder what it is.
And
It's good. This is Ian.
After everybody leaves.
That's my name, Bradley.
I like the doctor. I'll be a wise guy.
who? Which one?
My son.
That says Ian. Hey, Brad.
Yeah.
I'm good. It's your birthday, grandson. Another set. I bet you are too. And how much is it? How much is it? 20. It gave me. Yeah! And you win the jackpot, Ian. Wow, Chris, you're smart. The lottery game. He won the lottery. He has 115. Shut up. He has 113. I don't care. That's the stickers.
That's neat.
Good job, Triple Crown. I wonder who it's from. Me too. Yeah, I know. What? Did he give himself a cup? Yeah. Now a cup. The protecting cup. Chris. I can hear Mr. Softy. Come on, let's get Mr. Softy. great day. Hope you like your present. Ah, the sweet, refreshing sound of Mr. Softy. He's standing right in front of the camera.
That's all right.
And then when you guys are graduating from 8th grade, I'm going to bring this video in so that you guys can all look at it when you're in 8th grade. Saying, oh my gosh.
We're going to show it to your first boyfriends.
That's what my mom liked. I'm really going to share this. Maybe I'll even send it to at Christmas time. She opens a Christmas stocking and she pulls something out and she goes, just what I always wanted. What is it? Hey, just what I always wanted.
What is it?
What is it?
Chris the bag.
Yeah, come on.
I'll get it.
All right. You want to help your dad bring him out?
Oh, Frank's leaving?
Oh. Bye, Brian.
This must be the place. Happy birthday, love. This must be the place. I saw that.
Fire.
I was going to get you that. I can show you.
Michael, Robin, and Zachary.
Thank you. How much is it? How much is the check?
Don't worry about it, guys.
$25. Yeah, hit the jackpot. That's jackpot. Mommy,
I'm amazed. Thank you.
25. 25 is up. Oh, 138.
Mrs. News, our next door neighbor.
She gave it to me way before the party.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. Oh, bro. I thank you. Thank you, Mrs. News. $5.
She's inside with three women.
That's how much was in it? Yeah.
Oh, Jacqueline did that on her computer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jacqueline did in her mom did. Good. Thanks for the pleasure.
Oh, no.
You're welcome.
Fish, yeah. You want something to drink? Cider or lemonade, something?
Yeah, so I get sure. Who wants a bracelet?
Tell your dad how you like it.
Whoever goes and gets it. No, don't throw it yet. Let's go. There's a tree, Mr. Softly. But right now, would you settle for the... Who is?
You want to get out there? Careful, guys, around the camera, please, all right?
I found another bracelet. Wait, see this? Yes! It is. Let's see what it is. You can tell by the letter. It looks like Ninja Turtles. Yeah, Ninja Turtle. Oh, I know what it is. G.I. Joe. I don't care. G.I. Joe and Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, you do.
Wrong. We're wrong. Lego system. I love these. And a baseball. Oh, racing cars.
Very good.
No. Thanks, Chris. I love Lego system. I didn't get hockey cards. No, hockey. Racing. See, I told you. Shut your brain. You're right here, Joey. I can't hear you.
We gotta go to
Chris.
Oh, no.
Chris.
I'm gonna stay down with the hockey cards.
Hey, hon, thanks for coming.
Yeah, thank you, Christopher. So, you know, thank you,
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So how can you just make hockey cards? I thought they were baseball cards. No, made just for you.
Tim, don't crap.
Yeah. Underside. Oh, that's the answer. Go. How did you do that? cosmic bubble.
Oh, yeah.
Where's this from? Oh, thank you, Justine.
Thanks, Chris.
Answers? Oh no, one of these. The puzzle. No, this is a puzzle.
Hey, Bear. I think you're sitting out front.
I like this. Mario Brothers.
Oh, that's nice.
There you go, Cole. Go, flip them.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you,
Back in the box. Justine's up there, huh?
That's Justine!
They're hiding. The girls are hiding.
Not funny, girls.
How many? You had 13 girls in your class, and how many boys?
9.
You guys are outnumbered, huh? Honey, I'll take the trash. Dana's the only girl here. Oh, Lisa and Laura. Oh, nice.
Are these two twins?
Very nice.
Oh, Fido's hooks already come
Yeah.
They don't want anything.
Wow, thank you.
Thank you, Joey and Ryan.
And Bradley.
And Bradley. And Dee Dee. And your mom and dad and everybody. You live. What's up, Mom? Dad. Mary, I'm wondering how my mom stuffed it in that little bag.
Good job putting it in there.
What's she stuffed in there?
Shorts and
No,
shirt.
I had the little hoop traps.
I think that is mine. Get it. Well, super excellent. Hope your birthday is just like you.
Good babysitter.
Joey Preasy, thank you, Joey.
Tell them about the bushels of crack catch. No.
Joey,
Oh, we got to check for you, Keith.
We hear all these stories.
Don't let us forget.
it's gonna be a little
Hear your
sloppy.
beaver dad?
Every time you
Yeah, I've heard. That's down there.
I would have made a pizza. There's money in it.
Guys, tell me.
There's money in the back. There's money in the back.
Well, honey, I figured we can get them their bags.
Oh, you got money. I see money. I see money.
Look in them and eat them and play and run around and...
Yeah. $10. Get the $10 in the back.
Buckwheat does? No way.
No, eat, sleep, give your paw, and beg.
And bag. And chase cat.
Yeah. He loves doing that. Are those two twins? Yes. Yes. Not identical. Well, you can tell.
No.
They're not identical. Tendon birthday cake. Oh. I had this for my
Yeah, your twins, they look just like their mother.
I had this for my birthday. Oh. I got what's the favorite cake? Rabbit. Carrot cake. Yeah. Rabbit. Chickens. I have no idea. But it's fun. It's funny. Layer cake. Boxers. Pound cake. Yeah, this is baseball players. Punch cake. Oh, cool. Mike's cheesecake. Bats. Upside down cake. Sloppy people. Crumb cake. Jockeys. Shortcake. Chefs. Pancake. And sleepy people. Bucket cake. Josh had that one. Josh had this one. I think I said that about 1,000,000 times already. Stop! Just open it. I got my hand. You shouldn't have. Open the corners. Good luck, help. Nerf. No. No, it's a nerf. It's a nerf song. Nerf. Nerf. I know what it is. B2, whatever. It's a nerf. That thing that you pull back and you shoot. I forget. Yep, I know. Richie has this. Sharpshooter. Yeah, Richie
We're not getting Mr. Softy, Dee Dee.
What?
Nothing, Ian. I'm trying to turn this thing off. I was at it. Nah, that's all right, Danielle. You don't touch it, babe. Okay? It's been a while.
Tripod.
Yeah, it's Bill and Deb's tripod.
Hit the orange button on the handle. On the handle. Go. You ready to go?
What would you like in it, Dad?
Don't touch it.
And we're going to get to the cake. I'll make my daughter to get downstairs to the bathroom.
Mace in the eyes.
No, if you keep doing it.
Fights between the two buses. And one of the girls got some break with Mace. Don't worry, you'll take care of it.
Too late. He can run.
Everybody loves it.
Yeah, but you gotta get something in, you know?
Come out now. He's done.
He's doing Elissa.
Oh my God. I thought you were filming Mrs. Dennis.
I will.